What's up, man? I want to talk about Canelo Alvarez, and I'm here to say Canelo Alvarez does not get a pass either. There's fights out there that that people want to see Canelo Alvarez compete in. There's been fights out there for a little while. I know Canelo is doing this, jumping weights from 160 to 168 to 175. Even he competed at 154, 147, and I believe he had a fight maybe at 140. But it's fights out here that people want to see Canelo in too. Now I want to start with I'm gonna start with 160. You know what I'm saying? 160 is some fights at 160. It's really a fight at 160 that people have been clamoring for a while. I mean, I know some people do want to see Golovkin Canelo 3. I thought the first fight Golovkin won. The second fight was a lot closer. I still picked Golovkin in the second fight, but a lot of people want to see the third fight. But but most people, because they seen the Golovkin fight already twice, most people want to see Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo is at 160, WBC champion, young, undefeated. He has power, athleticism. He can box pretty well. He's a big middleweight in my estimation. He's about what 6 feet. He may be about 6 feet. I believe he can give Canelo a lot of trouble. Now, do I think he can beat Canelo? That's a different story. But I want to see Canelo fight Jermell Charlo. I want to see him fight Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade is the WBO champion at 160. I want to see him fight Demetrius Andrade. He's another fighter that's been around and people have been wanting to see Canelo fight. That's all the people at 160 I would like to see him fight. Maybe Hamia Mangia, maybe him. That'll be an all Mexican fight. So maybe that fight. But other than that, those three fights, I don't want to see anything else at 160. 168, which Canelo is competing in, he pretty much fought David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. My fault. David Benavidez. Right now, Canelo is got the belt that David Benavidez lost on the scales. I'm always skeptical of fighters losing their belts on the scales, not coming in shape. David Benavidez got already got suspended. I don't know if it was a PED. Some people saying he did cocaine or something like that, but he was suspended. He was stripped of his title then, and now you get it back, beating Darrell, and you was happy about getting the title back, and now you lose it on the scale in the fight that you knew you had to train for and come in at a certain weight and just didn't make the weight. Is it that he's holding on for 168 and should be at 175? He's a big 168. This kid is a big 168. He's still growing. He's only 22 years old, so yes. But at the same time, you have to come in professional. If you knew your body was never going to make 168 again, you should have dropped the title and moved to 175. When you sign a fight and you sign a fight to fight at 168, especially you got the title in your hand, you supposed to be the utmost professional, man. So David Benavidez, I like David Benavidez, but I'm falling off. I'm starting to fall off the David Benavidez bandwagon. He is really, really talented, but you know what I'm saying. Your mental and your talent has to match. Caleb Plant, the IBF champion, interesting fighter, athletic fighter, a little slick, got some power. I want to see Canelo match up against him. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Plant is a guy that worked his way up. I didn't really know nothing about Caleb Plant like up until probably like 2 years ago. So he really got on my radar about 2 years ago. But he can fight. Callum Smith is a guy that Canelo defeated. He was the man at the division. I believe he was the ring champion at the division. So what? And then at 175, because Canelo said he said he can do anything from 168, 160, 175. 175 is Arthur Benavides, undefeated IBF, WBC champion. So I want to see him mix it up with him. Even Demetrius Bivol. Demetrius Bivol was a guy that said he wanted to fight Andre Ward before Andre Ward retired. I remember him saying that. But yes, I want to see him fight those two. He already beat Sergey Kovalev. Sergey Kovalev been around for a while. You got guys like Badu Jack still hanging around, Gene Pascal still hanging around. That probably would be a good match. Marcus Brown. Now Marcus Brown did have a really good fight versus Badu Jack, and then his next fight against Pascal, he lost. You know what I'm saying? He just couldn't deal with Pascal's, I guess, sudden attack, couldn't adjust, and ended up losing the fight. But Marcus Brown is still a pretty good fighter. I would like to see Canelo mix it up with them, but Canelo don't get a pass for me. Next year, I want to see Canelo mix it up with one of those six guys. He should be able to mix it up with two of those six guys. I'm hearing Golovkin 3. I'm not mad at Golovkin 3, but we've seen it twice already. You know what I'm saying? It's a fight. Even though it both fights were entertaining fights, but I mean, we've seen it twice. You know what I'm saying? If he fight Triple G after he fight one of these other guys, then that's okay. But I want to see him fight somebody like Caleb Plant. Bring some new blood in there. Fight somebody like David Benavidez, Jaime Magia, somebody like Jamero Charlo, or who else I said? It was another guy up in there. Bivol, the other guy at 175. Forget his name. It's a lot of European names, kind of hard to pronounce. But yes, man. Canelo don't. Hey, look, you boxing, you competing. They got you as pound for pound number one. Now, I did say Canelo was pound for pound number one. Off that performance he had recent, but I'm gonna have to look at that again, man, because Canelo, man, I know in black and white he got some, you know what I'm saying, because you got to respect the black and white. He did beat Laura on black and white. He did beat he did beat a lot of guys like Cotto in a close fight. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like Canelo, he never really pulled away from, to me, the really good fighters that he fought. He still lost his biggest fight of his career when he fought Mayweather. That's still the biggest fight of his career. He lost that fight by a landslide. I picked him to beat Laura before the Laura fight happened, but I have to admit I thought he lost to Laura. I thought the Trout fight, he possibly could have lost. He possibly lost that fight. You know what I'm saying? He beat Shane Mosley handily. He knocked out James Kirkland. Some people say he lost to Miguel Cotto. I thought he beat Miguel Cotto. He knocked out Amir Khan. He stopped Liam Smith. The Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. fight is a weird fight. I thought he should have stopped Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I don't know what was up with that fight. I don't know if Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. was a great survivor, but anyway, I thought the first Golovkin fight, Golovkin won. I thought Golovkin won a close second fight. He stopped Rocky Fielding. People like Rocky, those are the people he stopped. And Danny Jacobs, some people say that was a close fight. I thought he beat Danny Jacobs. He KO'd Sergey Kovalev, and he beat Callum Smith. But I'm gonna have to stick with Bud, man. I'm gonna have to stick with Bud at pound for pound number one. Because one thing Bud did when he came up through weights, unlike Canelo, to me, he pulled away from people, man. You know what I'm saying? I just thought, and right now, Terrence Crawford is on an 8-fight knockout streak. A lot of them at welterweight, which is his third 30, 35, 40, his fourth division. This is Terrence Crawford, fourth division he's competing in, and I just thought he beat a journeyman hard-nosed fighter in Hank Lundy, stopped Derry Jean, who gave Lamont Peterson a hard fight. I thought he beat Lamont Peterson, and this was before Lamont Peterson lost. I think it was before Lamont Peterson lost, and maybe he had already lost, but I think it's before Lamont Peterson lost. He beat Thomas Delorme, when Thomas Delorme only had one loss. He beat Ray Beltran, another guy that's tough and rugged, has been a champion. He knocked out and stopped Gamboa when Gamboa was undefeated. He went to the UK to beat Ricky Burns. Short notice, he fought Breedis Prescott on short notice. Just all this is moving up the way. He beat Victor Postol, who a lot of people picked him to lose against Victor Postol. At the time, Victor Postol was a WBC champion. He beat the journeyman John Molina, tough John Molina. Everybody know him. He beat Felix Diaz, was a pretty good fighter, gold medalist, former gold medalist. He beat Julius Ndongo, Julius Ndongo beat, I believe when Julius Ndongo got 2 belts, he went to those gentlemen's countries and stopped those guys. So that was a good win. A lot of people poo-poo that Julius Ndongo win, but some people was picking him to lose that fight as well. Then he moved up to 147, stopped Jeff Horn, who beat Pacquiao, beat Jose Benavidez Jr., David Benavidez' younger brother, who was undefeated, knocked out Amir Khan, not knocked him out, but stopped him TKO. Cole Velasquez, a former, I believe he was a former gold medalist himself, and he beat Kell Brook. You know what I'm saying? He's still undefeated. He's, like I said, he's on his 4th weight class. 2, I believe, 1, 2, maybe 3 of them. He was lineal champion in 3 of them. But yeah, man, I got to go. I got to put Bud back at there at pound for pound, man. I was looking at that, him and Canelo, and then Canelo got popped for PEDs. I know people say, well, he didn't compete. Well, we don't know how long it takes for that stuff to get out of his body, his system either. So maybe he was tested before he had another fight. Probably so, but how did it get in his system? Now, he said it was some meat he brought on the streets. Why is you buying meat on the streets of Mexico, man? You Canelo Alvarez. You get all that money. You can, even if the meat is reportedly contaminated with PED, certain PED that's banned in Mexico, you can get your stuff imported, man. You Canelo Alvarez. So it's iffy. That whole drug thing it's not iffy that he popped, because he did pop. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is, was he ever on PEDs in any fight? That's the only thing. That's the question. I'm not going to say he was, because he didn't get popped after a fight, after competing, right after competing in a fight. But he did get popped, quote unquote, on the off season. So, like I said, Canelo does not get a pass. He has to fight guys that I want to see him fight, like Andrade, like Jaime Magia, like Jamel Charlo, like Kata Plant, like David Benavidez, Bivol. I want to see those fights. I want to see Canelo. Now, he said he got a mandatory he might have to fight. Okay, that's fine. I'm not getting on people for fighting their mandatories. Get your mandatory because you want to hold on to your title that you worked hard for. But he said he wanted to clean out 168. So he said he wanted to clean out 168, collect all the titles at 168. Let's see him do that. But like I said, Canelo don't get a pass. 2021, I'm putting the heat on everybody. I want to see everybody fight who they supposed to be fighting. I'm out. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Who y'all want to see Canelo fight? He's probably going to fight 2 times in 2021. The 2 fighters you want to see Canelo fight in 2021. I'm out.